Hello! Competitors can understand PHP plus JavaScript task, develop and test REST API, and understand DB backup and ERD in this training. Here's what competitors will do. First, install PHP framework. Next, create database using contents provided in the task and DB samples, and implement login page through server-side rendering. In addition, implement RESTful API as given in the task and complete front-end program. Please check what you are going to perform on this task. From now on, let's develop REST-based API. First, to test API, install Postman program. Visit postman.com to download the program as shown on screen, then test after installation. Access to PHP+MyAdmin page and add 1 year to each date of the events on the events table. It is to refer to the values, dates of upcoming events. From now on, we will develop API, which shows all upcoming events. Open api.php file in Roots folder and input API/event controller at index root, as shown on screen. And then open command prompt and input command to create API/event controller as shown on screen. Then, open eventcontroller.php file in API folder under Controllers folder, then add code and index method as shown on screen. Next, open command prompt and type in according to the screen, then launch. After creating event resource, open eventresource.php file at Resources folder and add code as shown on screen. Open demand prompt and type in according to the screen, then launch. After creating organizer resource, open organizerresource.php file at Resources folder and add code as shown on screen. Now, open Postman program and on a new tab, select Get Method and type in the address in the address bar, as shown on screen. Press Send button to see the result. You can see the value of JSON attribute has been returned. To define the relationships between models that will be used within resource, modify event.php, which is a model file according to the screen, and see the outcome again on Postman. A number of events are displayed. Now, we will develop API, which shows details of events. First, open api.php file under Roots folder and add a root that will be used to extract detail information as shown on screen. Next, open eventcontroller.php file and type in detail method that will output detail information in JSON format. Open command prompt as shown on screen. Create required resources and modify files. Define the relationships between the models that will be used with resource, as shown on screen. Open Postman program and on the address bar, type in address shown on screen, and then check the result of how the detail view is displayed. Now, we will develop API which enables participants to log in and out of website. First, open api.php file under Roots folder and add root to log in and log out as shown on screen. To generate attendee controller on command prompt, input code according to the screen, then launch. After that, open eventcontroller.php file and input login method and logout method as shown on screen. Next, create attendee resource, which is required for login and logout method, by launching command as shown on screen, and then revise attendee resource.php file according to the screen. Now, open Postman and conduct login test through API. First, type in the following address. On Postman screen, click Body, select Form Data, and to log into a new system, input last name and registration code as shown on screen. This user information is already included in the DB provided. To create method to send data, you must change the code to post instead of get. Click Send to see the outcome. Check if login fails, as it should, if you input wrong registration code, and send. Next, check if you can log out properly. In the address, type in logout instead of login and add token parameter. Afterward, add value of token that is displayed when login is successful, as shown on screen. Click Send to see if you can log out properly. If you have already logged out, check whether an error message is shown when you try to log out again. We will save requests that are frequently used for the Postman in Postman collections as shown on the screen for later reuse. This way, these demands can be used conveniently. Now, we will develop API which registers event tickets of participants. Open api.php file at Roots folder and add ticket registration root. Then, input commands on command prompt as shown on screen. Then launch to generate registration controller. Open registrationcontroller.php file and input register method. Next, open attendee.php file, which is a model file, and define relationships of data that will be used within resource. Using Postman as shown on the screen, test participants' event ticket registration. When doing this, the send method is post and the data should be sent in JSON format. Also, to confirm login information, send token along with the address. Send data to check if it is registered successfully and whether repeated registration is blocked. From now on, we will create API that checks participants' event ticket registration. First, open api.php file in Roots folder and add root for all the upcoming events. Next, open eventcontroller.php file and input registrations method as shown on screen. On the command prompt, generate registration resource. Open registrationresource.php file at Resources folder and add code as shown on screen. Next, open registration.php file and ticket.php file, which are model files, and define relationships between data that will be used within resource as shown on screen. Now, using Postman as shown on the screen, check if all the upcoming events are displayed properly. When doing this, the method used is get, and token is used for logging in. Save these Postman requests for later use. From now on, we will develop DB dump file and ERD, Entity Relationship Diagram, as required by the task. On PHP+MyAdmin, select DB according to the screen and arrange tables on Designer. Using a capture tool, save the image in the designated location of the task. Next, we will generate dump file, which is a DB backup file. While the DB is selected, press the Go button, which is displayed on the page after you click on Export menu, to save dump file in the designated location of the task. Check again the key points of the task we've worked on in this training. In this training, we understood PHP plus JavaScript task and developed and tested REST API and developed DB backup and ERD. Thank you for your hard work.